We have a brand new database called Northwind. And let's show databases. There it is. Let's use Northwind. And like I say, don't go get it from the link in the description. Don't get it anywhere else, because I have this modified to where it will work for us. Alright, so let's show tables. And what we're going to do, we're going to work with the orders table. And let's look at let's describe the orders table too. Describe orders. And those are our fields in our orders table. Okay. So let's get we're doing a subquery, and a subquery entails an inside query and an outside query. You might call it a nested query. So let's get our inside query, which is the query you want to do first. You always want to do the inside query first. And this is our inside query. It's selecting our customer ID, our shipping country, and we're counting the number of orders, and we're grouping by the first column and the second column. Now when you have a aggregate function like this, you'll have to have a group by. Otherwise it'll give you just all the orders here. You don't have to have the group by. But let me show you what will happen. You'll just get that. You'll get the number of orders and I guess the first row. And you don't want that. That doesn't really tell you anything. Okay, so let's get back to that. Now this is our inside query. So let's make it into an inside query. Alright, so we got to do that by putting a parentheses around it. Now we've isolated this query. Now we're going to have our outside query, which will actually show us what we actually want from the inside query. So instead of talking, let me just do the query. Okay. So ship country, CUNTRY, comma, and our other row column is going to be, we're going to average the number of orders, orders, and we're getting this from our inside query. So this is a totally new column, and we're putting it in our outer column. And then from, and that's it. But we can't use this, because if you do it like that, it's going to say every derived table must have its own alias. So what did we do wrong? Well, the aggregate function has to have a group by. Well, we have a group by in the nested in the subquery here, but we don't have a group by for the aggregate function in the outer query, which is the average function. So here's the syntax for that. Sub, and then group by, and then we can either do group by 1 or group by 2. So let's group by 1. Now we only have 2 columns here, because we're grouping by shipping country and the average for each shipping country. So we don't have the average we can't put the average for each customer ID, because that would be contrary to the average of each country. So we really can't do that. So we're doing the averaging the country, not the customer IDs. So let's look at that again. We're grouping by 1. What else can we do here? We can do descending, DESC, and we're getting from Venezuela to Argentina. You know how to do that. So let's just get it back to normal here. And that is the first example of a subquery. And we're using the same table in this example.